Hi, I'm Ruta Sepetys, the author of Between Shades of Grey, Salt to the Sea, and I Must Betray You.
I'm Steve Sheinkin, author of Bomb, Undefeated, and Impossible Escape.
And Steve and I, we were friends. We knew of each other's work, and we were at a panel together at a conference. And the question from the moderator came, if you could work with any author, who would it be? And I literally leaned down the table and looked, and Steve was leaning down the table looking my way. And that's how it began. And after that panel, we immediately got together to start to chat about it, I think.
Yeah, we didn't have an idea at all. We immediately gravitated towards something a little bit out of both of our comfort zones, a middle grade adventure, mystery story, fiction, which is a departure for me. And so I was worried right off the bat, like, how does it work? Every time I talk to a novelist, they say they just kind of make stuff up as they go along, which is foreign to me as far as the type of narrative nonfiction that I'm used to doing. So I was worried about that. But we came up with our idea of setting this mystery at Bletchley Park and then kind of just dove in while it was still half-baked with these epic kind of Zoom planning sessions.
Yeah, but also, let's admit, we had very different processes.
Yeah.
And Steve is what's known as a plotter. He plots everything and will create a detailed outline. And I'm what's known as a pantser. I fly by the seat of my pants. History provides my outline, and I just sort of close my eyes and go. And so when we were discussing processes, we weren't quite sure how we each worked. And when I mentioned that I was like, oh, let's just jump in and fly by the seat of our pants, I'm not quite sure you felt comfortable with that.
No, but that was a good thing. You know, it really was a good thing, and it was exciting we knew right away that there would be two voices and that we would each write a character, and then we settled on a brother and sister. Mm-hmm. We both have siblings, so I think we enjoy and understand those dynamics. But I think that was actually the most fun part of the writing, was to try and surprise you with something that happened, maybe to make you laugh, maybe to throw in a twist at the end of Jacob's chapter that you weren't expecting.
Oh, there were a lot. There were a lot. Steve is writing the brother character of Jacob, this 19-year-old codebreaker, and I'm writing the 14-year-old annoying sister, Lizzie. And so very different characters, but then the challenge was, how do those chapters thread and mesh together well for a reading experience? But I think, much to my surprise, they did. And there were so many surprises when you would send me the chapters and I would just think, oh, this is just brilliant and exciting. But also, and I know you know this now because I told you, but I was really nervous. This is Steve Sheinkin, right? And sending my pages to Steve Sheinkin was pretty scary initially. I got comfortable, but initially it was tough.
And I felt the same way, and I especially admire the narrative energy that you're able to put in words on a page. There's something, how does that work? They're just letters on a page, and Lizzie has that in spades, and so I pushed me. I said, oh, Jacob, he better be exciting. You know, he's got to literally keep up with Lizzie, who's always moving.
We had so much fun creating this book and this world, and we can't wait for readers to discover Jacob and Lizzie in the Bletchley Riddle, which is in stores now.